Hello, everyone. It's your host, SethTheProgrammer, and today joining me is a feisty three-way once again with Swagkage and Clyde the Cuck. How are you guys?
Hello.
Like, comment, subscribe. Almost done 10K. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, and we're going to be discussing Itachi Uchiha versus Pain, death battle style, and we're going to be going over
wins.
we're gonna be going over numerous scenarios like sick Itachi versus normal Pain, and healthy Itachi versus Pain if that matters. And we're gonna also be doing reanimated Itachi versus Nagato, full on stuff like that. So without further ado, I thought we'd start off with sick Itachi versus the Pain that say fought like Jiraiya, since that's the strongest Pain we've seen really. So who wants to take it away first?
Itachi auto wins. Like, just the name Itachi is power. Like,
well, Pain doesn't have a Mangekyo Sharingan, so I mean,
yeah, clearly, and Itachi said only someone with a Mangekyo Sharingan can.
Well, Kishimoto said that if Itachi entered the war, Madara would have been defeated. So,
I mean, Kabuto
said
like,
enough cucking around, because I don't want people to think that I'm going in here to shit on Itachi. I think opening general statements, sick Itachi versus the Paths of Pain is Pain wins 6 out of 10 mid difficulty.
This is Pain in the Rain Village, by the way, since he's the strongest there.
Itachi healthy, like prime, wins against Pain high difficulty, like 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then like healthy Itachi versus Nagato. Well, we actually saw that happen in the war, and Itachi fucking shit on him.
Well, we all have like somewhat differing opinions. Clyde, what do you think about the difficulty levels between all of them, and who do you think?
I pretty much agree, except for like I said to Swag before. I'm like, if the fight went down, I think just the pure fact that their numbers would probably confuse Itachi a lot. It would be very overwhelming, just like it was with Jiraiya. That's just the main issue I see if he's fighting all the paths at the same time. I mean, he could sit there and hide in the Susanos, but he's eventually going to run out of good old chakra because
the thing about Pain, even at really some of his best moments, like versus Jiraiya, he stated like, hey, if Jiraiya knew what I really was and what my weakness was, or like my secret, Jiraiya would have beaten me. And I feel like something with Itachi that's really important is that Itachi's the kind of person who believes everything has a weakness and a secret. There's something.
Yeah, he looked at Chibaku Tensei and he was completely unfazed. He was just like, calm down, we'll take this out. And then he
will defeat is no problem. So I think Itachi, if anything, because Jiraiya is actually the least intelligent out of the Sannin.
He's a lot more like Naruto, that's for sure.
He's like a grown Naruto in terms of intelligence. Maybe.
I mean, he's still a genius, but
compared to most ninja.
Like, yeah, well, no, he's a lot smarter than most ninja due to his wisdom. I actually think he's a master strategist. He and the other
he's more just
smart. But
I meant compared to like Orochimaru and Tsunade.
Yeah, Orochimaru and Tsunade are probably better strategists, though. Yeah. I'd probably give Jiraiya a little bit more credit than calling him dumb.
Well, yeah, he's not dumb, obviously, but
he's just got like that natural, the fighting sort of smartness, like what Naruto does.
What I was implying is that Itachi makes Jiraiya look dumb because Itachi.
Itachi makes everybody except for Madara look dumb. So,
and Shikamaru. Honestly, Shikamaru is really intelligent as well. But
yeah, Itachi's like nearly Shikamaru levels, though.
Yeah. So Itachi is the kind of person who sees a weakness in everything and knows and realizes every jutsu can be countered, etc., etc. So he'd probably find out the intervals for the Shinra Tensei using clones or something like that. And there's also a very interesting ability is that Itachi can possibly, this was shown with Sasuke, I'm not sure if Itachi could do it, but it's probable, is that Itachi may be able to manipulate a path of pain with genjutsu. As we've seen, the pains are can be manipulated by genjutsu, although only one at a time. Like they're not all affected by the same genjutsu.
This was only because Jiraiya did this, and it was with like an audio genjutsu. It was like a song. I have no fucking clue how the paths of pain get trapped in a genjutsu separately than other paths of pain,
since they're all linked.
But, like,
Like,
and they're not like soul, like like singularities, conscious beings. Like it's weird. Shouldn't like if the host is affected, then I could understand it. But like they shouldn't be able to be taken over because they're essentially just like objects.
Yeah, because the master of the pains should be able to disrupt the puppet's chakra and knock him out of the genjutsu. It's somewhat of a plot hole that Kishimoto didn't really correct because he wasn't trying to spoil what pain was. But still, regardless, we have to look at it from that way when we're doing a versus battle because that's how it is, regardless of whether it makes sense.
And Pain doesn't have a Mangekyo Sharingan.
So he instantly loses. But anyway. But
it's fact, so I can't argue with facts.
But I believe that if Itachi hit a Pain with an ocular genjutsu, even though it'd probably only affect one at a time, since he has to
or a finger genjutsu,
since he has to directly inject his chakra into his victim, so it'd probably be one at a time. He could read the Pain's mind and find out what Pain really is and how he works. I actually believe that that's a possibility. Although you could argue since Pain has superior dojutsu, it might not work. I don't know what your opinion on that, because
also like it's very iffy because like we talked about before we started recording this video. So Sasuke in the Sasuke Shinden novels, he reads this dude's mind with his 6 pads enhanced Sharingan. Yeah. And now he's got a 6 pads enhanced God EMS and
he did it with the normal Sharingan, but still he does have 6 pads.
Yeah, and so he also has that Rinnegan, and I don't think it was the human path because that would have killed the guy. Yeah. So I don't know, Itachi might be able to do it.
It's a possibility.
Not. Yeah, it's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, so if that's the case, Itachi would most likely easily find out what he is. What do you think about genjutsu working on the paths of pain in general, though? Do you think that the Rinnegan would cancel it because it's superior dojutsu? Or do you think Nagato is not really in the anti-genjutsu with his dojutsu because it's not really natural?
Well, no, Nagato has the Rinnegan. The paths of pain don't. They don't have separate Rinnegan. It's just being projected into their eyes.
It seems like he would have to pick them off one at a time with it, really. And isn't that going to
so his genjutsu would affect them, but it would not affect Nagato.
If he was to use it, wouldn't he have to pick them off one at a time? And that's going to tax his chakra very fast.
And he has one of the lowest staminas in the series.
Regular genjutsu doesn't tax his chakra as heavily as Tsukuyomi. And he can just point at people and put them under genjutsu. So
yeah, I actually agree with that. And so I do think that he'd be able to knock him under genjutsu, especially if it's off guard.
The biggest thing here is that Itachi, I would just like to say before we forget about this, Itachi would definitely be able to deduce how the paths of pain work because Jiraiya did it. After seeing all 6 of them for 30 seconds, he was like, okay, the real one is not among them. They're being controlled by an external force.
Itachi would easily within seconds learn that they're linked. No difficulty. He'd learn they're instantly linked. And so
wouldn't the Sharingan just
light Yagami shit?
But wouldn't the Sharingan pretty much detect that straight away too? He'd see the chakra links.
That's true. That is possible. He might be able to see.
I don't know. Well, no, I don't know if he would see the Actually,
no. He might just notice that they all have similar chakra.
No Sharingan user ever interacted with paths of pain. So that's a really good question. Sasuke didn't interact with Obito's paths of pain. And Itachi never saw Nagato's paths of pain.
Yeah.
So, question: would the Sharingan be able to see the trace amounts of chakra coming off of the rods
in general?
Well, I don't see why not, because Sasuke could see the animal's chakra and stuff when they were vanishing against Deidara. So it's that detailed how much they can detect.
I don't think genjutsu would beat the pains though, because obviously if
it would just be a good distraction before a Matarasu GG. If
one of the pains got hit by genjutsu, all the other pains would know immediately and easily snap him out of it. That's honestly what I would think. It might work to lower one of their defenses, maybe knock one of the pains into a genjutsu, then Amaterasu, the fucking chakra absorber guy or something like that. Summoner. The summoner would get GG'd instantly. His summons would obviously get would get instantly Amaterasu.
Animal Path would get fucking wrecked. Yeah,
would instantly get Amaterasu and poof away. So the summonings are gone instantly.
The human path is surprisingly one of the things that Itachi's going to have to worry the most about. I think what the Paths of Pain are going to try to do is leave an opening so that the human path can blitz him and steal his soul.
Yeah. And then it comes down to, does Itachi have the stamina to take on these pains as well?
And sick, not quite. He did actually go through a lot and like survive a lot in the fight against Sasuke, all while holding back.
He banned Amaterasu a fuck ton. So
yeah, exactly.
Even if we imply,
if he covers one of the bodies with Amaterasu, like, are they going to be able to get that off or absorb that with the chakra absorption or anything?
Amaterasu, no.
Tendo could.
They might be able to absorb it. Yeah. Well, Tendo could Shinra Tensei it, and I'm 100% that
he'd get revived.
Able to absorb it. So like the thing is though, like Amaterasu can, if he takes out the Praetor Path first, then there's no worry because Itachi can make that shit spread far. Like it covered the entire Uchiha hideout. So yeah.
So honestly, I see it really coming down to Itachi wouldn't really struggle with most of the pains. I think like with the combination of Genjutsu, the understanding of how they work, lack of summoning support and stuff like that, I just really see, and especially Pain's susceptibility to Genjutsu and illusions.
Yeah, I was just about to say, couldn't he just pick them off one at a time, sealing each one? Because they're not going to get the bodies back. Like it's rest and pepperoni. That's
another question. The Renegon has soul manipulation to a certain degree, so can the Absorber absorb Totsuka Blade? I mean, I'm not saying he would suck it into his body, but is it possible he can like deflect the Totsuka Blade? I highly
doubt he can absorb Totsuka Blade with the Praetor Path, because if that was the case, Nagato would have done it in the fight against Itachi.
Right. I also believe that using Totsuka and Susanoo would obviously take a lot of chakra. Although I do believe that the Susanoo would come in really handy in dealing with Tendo because of the Yada mirror being able to deflect massive Shinra Tenseis and possibly using that as an opening in the 5 seconds to catch a Tendo off guard.
And if that invincible summoning jutsu comes out too, he'll be able to seal that with the Susanoo's pretty fast.
So
yeah, exactly.
And then another question comes up: if Tendo retreated and then used the catastrophic devastation, do you think Itachi on his own could blow up the catastrophic devastation, or do you think he needed B and Naruto?
Yeah, because they had to fire like Biju Dama and like Rasen Shuriken and Amaterasu like all at once.
Even like the Nine Tails in its 8-tailed state was kind of struggling to get out of there, and I don't know, Nine Tails like fodderizes all three of them in power. Like
exactly.
To be honest.
So Itachi might have a problem unless he just like Totsuka blades
Totsuka bladed fucking Pain when he's doing that shit, but it's like, I don't know. It's so complicated.
Well, that's the thing. See, the biggest thing that I don't think we've mentioned yet that gives Pain an advantage is Bancho Tenni, because he can just pull Itachi with universal pull. And,
true, he could pull him in, and it's like Itachi with his low stamina. Now
he could do a whole bunch of like Kage Bunshin feints and shit. Like when he gets pulled in, he could just see, he can make his shadow clones explode, so he could set one of like the exploding shadow clones to be pulled in instead. And I mean, like, he can cast really subtle Genjutsu, so he could keep any of the Pains from noticing that
I think
that's he was weaving hands.
Yeah, and even though you said before as a joke, like the finger jutsu, like he could still do that. Like not many people are going to know, and especially the Pains. Like one of them is surely to get
No, exactly. Itachi could just do his whole like psychotic madman thing and just be like, I'm going to wipe out all of you, and like move his finger.
It's just, what do you guys think now that we've discussed it? What do you think about Itachi versus Pain?
I think Pain would, the biggest thing that gives him an advantage is Bancho Tenni. I don't think he would be able to pull Itachi out of the Susanoo, but before Itachi uses the Susanoo, he would be able to move him around the battlefield. And this would be a really interesting fight, I think. Like, I think it would be like really cool to see Itachi moving around and using his clones effectively and using like Shuriken Jutsu and fire and the Amaterasu and the Susanoo, but I think the Pains would just overwhelm him eventually because he doesn't have the stamina to take all of them out.
Yeah,
and on top of that too, I think like a lot of people kind of underrate Itachi, because when you really think about it down to the T, he wasn't entirely going all out against Sasuke. So I honestly think he would be
full power. Like
he would be like a slippery banana dealing with Pain. Like nothing would be easy for Pain against him.
Yeah, like I said, it would be like mid to high diff, like 6 or 7 out of 10 for Pain to take Itachi out.
It's just honestly, like, for example, We know that the fucking universal pole wombo combo into chakra absorption was enough to overpower Sage Naruto. And don't get me wrong, I think
Sage Naruto, dude.
I think Itachi would body Sage Naruto, honestly. But like, it's just like in terms of like raw power, Sage Naruto's a lot stronger. So if it was enough to overpower,
like casually like picked up that big fucking rhinoceros and just like threw it into the air.
So if the universal pole's enough to fucking wombo combo RKO Sage Naruto, like it's definitely enough to take out Itachi. Like it definitely is.
What? But again, he has those like shadow clones and like they can like blow up and. As a matter of fact, he could use exploding shadow clones that are being like universal pulled to take out some of the paths of pain with the.
That would be very effective.
He could use something as basic as a fucking kunai to substitute out of there because he was using so much of that shit against Sasuke.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, those exploding clones being universal pulled would be very nice against Tendo. It'd work against that 5-second rule. It'd actually be a weakness.
Yeah, I don't think he would have the stamina to use that enough times to take Pain out. Well, actually, I think starting distance has a lot to do with this because if Itachi starts in Susanoo and it's like point blank,
we'll just imagine
it's like Naruto versus if it's like in the rain,
or even like Naruto versus Pain.
And they have like the high ground.
Oh my god, he's got the high ground.
Then they'll probably take Itachi out because of the high starting distance. They would be able to surround him before he could Totsuka all of them.
And it's just so close range. I don't know. And Itachi's just somewhat of a long distance fighter. I think honestly, if the 6 paths of pain just fucking swarmed that dude, like in that little ass room, especially because Jiraiya, who's like Taijutsu God in Sage mode. Let's be honest, he's Taijutsu God in Sage mode. Is getting struggling. He's like taijutsu won't work against these guys. What is Itachi doing at point blank with fucking taijutsu? He's gonna have to go into Susanoo instantaneously, and it's just like there's so many complications. I think sick Itachi would probably get bodied at close quarters, but I do think that healthy Itachi would probably pull it off. I'm gonna be honest.
It would be a really tough fight. It would be crazy.
It's honestly one of the closest fights in Naruto. It would be so intense to watch, honestly.
I know. And you would just have all these moments where Itachi's like pausing to think and like figuring it out. It would be like really cool to watch. Wait, what's this? We're talking about a fair fight for once where we don't suck one side off.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
They're both so intelligent and analytical. Yeah. It'd be really interesting.
The biggest issue is honestly, like the main issue is that we got to look at it like it's not really Itachi in a one-on-one. It's Itachi versus like 6 dudes at once. That's what makes it so hard.
Who are unlinked with Gen, like they're not linked with Genjutsu. So if you can only Genjutsu one at a time, especially in the close quarters, and they would all know when one of them's Genjutsu to easily snap them out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's almost like
I think Jiraiya managed to like effectively take out 3 pains at once with Genjutsu.
Yeah, but it was like omnidirectional sound wave Genjutsu.
Yeah, exactly.
Plot armor hacks.
Unless Itachi
Jiraiya didn't have plot armor, he was
unless Itachi used Kodo Matsukami, but I don't.
That's what I was actually about to bring up. Itachi has the bird with Shisui's eye in it, and that's a really big fucking deal.
Isn't Pain controlled by Nagato? So like, would it even work?
But he doesn't know. Well, Itachi was also no. No, the thing about it is, it's like Itachi was also being controlled by Kabuto, but Kodo Matsukami does not place somebody under direct control. What it does is it places them under a Genjutsu where they are given a specific set of instructions that they have to carry out. And the case where Itachi broke himself free from Kabuto's control, it was defend the Leaf Village. And to do that, he had to go fight Kabuto.
That's very true. So maybe it would
that's
work
why he actually didn't stop to talk to Sasuke, because he actually couldn't. He was just being driven by the Genjutsu to go pursue Kabuto so he could end the Edo Tensei. And see, he couldn't cast it on more than one person. I know this because if he could, he would not have wasted the opportunity to do it to both he and Nagato. There's no fucking way. He would have been like, cast that shit on Nagato. We're about to go clean Kabuto up right now.
So Prime Itachi versus Prime Nagato. Who
See, this
takes
is
that?
difficult because he doesn't have limitless chakra like he did in Edo, and Prime Nagato is fucking crazy. Like, he made Hanzo shit himself. Okay?
He's extremely godly, yeah. I think, okay, Prime Nagato just has insane abilities. It's not
But
like...
so does Prime Itachi. I think that this would be just as close of a fight. See, the thing about Prime Nagato is he is much more effective against multiple people than he is against one person. And the Paths of Pain are much more effective against one person than they are against multiple people. So in a one-on-one, Prime Nagato might actually perform worse Paths of Pain just in this one-on-one against Itachi, but at the same time, he might perform better. I'm not sure. Like, that one's really up in the air. I'm honestly not sure who would win that, but either way, it would be like a high diff 9.5 out of 10 for either party.
I honestly think that Nagato is much more powerful than Itachi in almost all stats. I just think that Itachi is just much more intelligent and much more he has a better arsenal of abilities.
He's just slippery as fuck.
Exactly.
Like,
He's so slippery. Yeah, he just fucking finesses people, and it's just like, it's like he finesses people at such a high level too. Like,
by the way, just for any of you out there who might be having a bad day, like if you guys ever feel like shit about yourselves, just remember Kurenai tried to genjutsu Itachi.
Oh, rip.
So, how about this? Guys in the comment section, who do you think would win? We're just gonna leave it up to the viewers.
Who would you think would take it?
Prime Nagato or Prime Itachi?
I'm leaning pretty like slightly towards Itachi because like I really like Nagato. I think he is more powerful easily. But it's just like
I think
like
real intelligence wins in this situation, really. That's what I think.
Also, like, can Itachi genjutsu Nagato? Could Nagato just fucking obliterate him with that fucking chakra cannon?
Does he have the
and summon the Ghetto Mazo? That might actually be crazy. Dude, that would be crazy to see the Ghetto Mazo versus the Susanoo, the Totsuka Blade, and the Yata
and then with fucking Soul Dragon, I don't know.
Yeah. at that
Itachi could evade the Soul Dragon. He's lightning timer.
Boys, at that stage, does Itachi have that little get out of jail card eye? Because if he does, then it's like,
Kodowa Matsukami might be.
Would that affect Nagato at that stage?
Kodowa Matsukami probably, yeah.
Like, does he have it though at that stage, like in this form? Because like that's literally like his win right there.
Well, we also have Kabuto saying, "Hey, Itachi is like the one person who could probably change the tides of war." Now I know that's a meme, but it's also
no. Kabuto said that Itachi and Nagato were his two best summons next to his other secret summon that he didn't say solely for spoiler reasons. But then he was like, yeah, Madara is my most powerful summon, which kind of, proves that Madara would shit on Itachi and Nagato.
Madara is the strongest.
Madara reverse engineered the Edo Tensei, brought himself back to life using his own eye, even when it was in another person's body.
Debunked.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Be sure to subscribe to Swag and Clyde, though.
The Wildin' Cock.
The Wildin' Cock. And anyways, till next time.
Sit down, George. You're on a... Shut the fuck up, Clyde!
Oh my god, that's so